Have you ever stopped to wonder where your medicine comes from? Let's take a journey together. Imagine holding a single small white pill in your hand. It looks so simple, right? But behind that simplicity is a story that spans continents, cultures, and countless people. That pill is actually the product of a global symphony, an orchestra of science, logistics, and trust. Let's start at the beginning. Picture a high-tech pharmaceutical plant in India, buzzing with activity. Here, skilled technicians and scientists work together to create the active pharmaceutical ingredient, or API. Think of the API as the heart of the medicine, the part that actually makes you feel better. But where do the ingredients for this heart come from? Often, the raw materials are sourced from China, thousands of miles away. Imagine the journey. Raw chemicals traveling across oceans, through ports and warehouses, before they even reach the factory floor. It's like a relay race, with each country passing the baton to the next. Before the pill even takes shape, the supply chain has already spanned continents. Isn't that incredible? Once the API is ready, it goes through rigorous testing. Every batch is checked and double-checked for quality and safety. Imagine a team of scientists in white coats, peering into microscopes, making sure nothing is left to chance. Only after passing these tests does the API get transformed into its final form. Maybe a tablet, a capsule, or even a liquid. Picture machines whirring, pressing and filling, turning powder into something you can actually swallow. Then comes the packaging. Each pill is sealed, labeled, and prepared for a journey across the globe. Have you ever noticed the tiny print on a medicine box? That's not just for show, it's a passport, tracking the pill's entire journey. Now the pill is ready to travel, with boards climate controlled over planes and trucks, protected from heat and cold. Advanced logistics track every step, like a GPS for medicine, ensuring nothing gets lost or delayed. The pill might land in Frankfurt, Amsterdam, or another major hub before heading to its final destination. At every border, customs and regulatory checks are waiting. One small error, and the whole shipment will be stopped. Why so much scrutiny? Because global health is on the line. Every checkpoint is there to protect you and me. Finally, the pill arrives. Maybe at a French pharmacy, a Kenyan hospital, or a Chicago drugstore. Each step is carefully documented. Later, this chain protects patients from counterfeit medicines and ensures what you get is safe and real. So, the next time you take a pill, remember, it's not just a remedy. It's the result of a global network working in harmony. India, for example, supplies over 20% of the world's generic medicines by value. That's huge. But even India relies on other nations for key materials and markets. It's a team effort on a global scale. The journey of a pill is really a story of trust, technology, and shared responsibility. It's proof that when countries, companies, and people work together, we can deliver health and hope to the world. Behind every pill is a global network, millions of hands, minds, and hearts working in concert to save lives. To understand the pharmaceutical industry, picture a triple helix: science, policy, and capital. Science is the relentless quest for discovery. Researchers decoding diseases, designing molecules, and driving innovation. Policy is the framework. Regulators like the FDA or India's CDSCO set safety, efficacy, and quality standards, while patent laws shape competition and access. Capital is the fuel. Billions invested by venture capitalists and pharma giants to turn discoveries into medicines. It can take over a decade and more than $1 billion to bring a new drug to market, with high risk and frequent failure. Each strand is vital. Science creates, policy governs, capital enables. No single strand dominates. They're in constant interplay. A change in patent law can redirect billions in R&D, accelerating or halting entire fields. Without science, there's nothing to regulate or fund. Without policy, markets would be chaotic and unsafe. Without capital, ideas would never leave the lab. The triple helix is the engine of pharma's progress. Understanding this dynamic is essential for any leader in the industry. It's the first step to navigating this complex, high-stakes world. The global pharmaceutical market is worth $1.6 trillion, reflecting society's immense value on health. North America, Europe, and Japan dominate by value, driven by high-priced patented drugs and big pharma's revenue. India's market share by value is just 3 to 4%, but by volume, it's a titan. supplying over 20% of global generics and 60% of vaccines. India is the backbone of affordable medicine for nations worldwide, from the UK's NHS to health programs in Africa and Latin America. This value versus volume dynamic shapes global pharma. Western profits fund innovation, while India's manufacturing makes those advances accessible after patents expire. It's a symbiotic, sometimes tense relationship, but the landscape is shifting. Indian firms are investing in R&D, moving into complex generics, biosimilars, and novel drug discovery. In 2024, Indian pharma R&D spending is projected to exceed $2.5 billion. The goal? Capture more global value, not just volume. India is rewriting its role, from supplier of affordable copies to a source of innovation. The next chapter is about leadership, not just scale. The world is watching as India steps up. Medicine's scientific frontier is advancing fast, with oncology, immunology, and metabolic diseases leading the charge. Cancer therapies have shifted from blunt chemotherapy to targeted treatments and immunotherapies, offering hope for once terminal diseases. Immunology has been revolutionized by biologics, monoclonal antibodies that precisely target disease pathways. Metabolic diseases, especially with GLP-1 agonists, are reshaping public health by tackling diabetes and obesity. AI is transforming drug discovery, analyzing vast data to identify targets and design new drugs, slashing timelines and costs. CRISPR gene editing holds the promise of curing inherited diseases at their genetic root. For Indian pharma, the strategic question is where to focus: biosimilars, novel peptides, or orphan drugs. Each path demands a unique R&D and investment strategy. The choices made now will define tomorrow's champions. The global pharma industry is a paradox of competition and collaboration, especially in India. Multinational giants come for India's manufacturing power and skilled workforce, producing drugs for global supply chains at lower costs. India's diverse patient pool also makes it a prime site for fast, affordable clinical trials. But tensions persist, especially over intellectual property, as MNCs defend patents while Indian firms challenge them to make generics. Data is the new battleground. Who owns clinical trial data and where it's stored is hotly debated. The innovative drug market is an oligopoly, protected by patents and high R&D costs. The generic market is fragmented and fiercely competitive. For Indian companies, the challenge is to compete in generics while building capabilities to break into the high-margin world of innovation. Navigating this dual structure is key to future success. Pharma manufacturing and marketing are being transformed by technology. Modular facilities, like biopods, can be shipped and assembled quickly, enabling rapid local production during crises. This decentralizes manufacturing, reducing reliance on global hubs and boosting supply chain resilience. For India, modular tech is both an export opportunity and a way to scale up domestic production of biologics and vaccines. Marketing is shifting from mass doctor visits to hyper-targeted digital engagement, using analytics to tailor communication to each physician. Patients are engaged through support programs, wellness apps, and social media, building loyalty and improving adherence. Mastering this digital playbook is now essential for launching products and defending market share. The future belongs to those who adapt quickly. India stands at a crossroads, ready to redefine its global pharma role. The first step: build self-reliance in APIs and key materials, reducing dependence on China. Next, drive innovation. Boost R&D, foster biotech startups, and strengthen university industry ties. The aim isn't to compete everywhere, but to lead in niches like vaccines, biosimilars, or cell and gene therapies. Policy must enable this ascent: faster approvals, robust IP, and incentives for R&D and tech transfer. Success will be measured by patents, novel drugs, and global market share in high-value sectors. The challenge for leaders: where to invest for the highest impact: APIs, biotech, or modular manufacturing. The choices made now will determine if India remains a vital supplier or becomes a true global leader in pharma.